Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with his good friend Dion from Dion Talk. How you doing, buddy?
Howdy, I'm doing great. Ready for round two.
Yes, so we're doing an A/B kind of something we've never done on this channel before. Let me know if you like these. We're just trying to have fun. We're trying to look at the same challenge from both sides, A and B. Let us know which one you think is better, which one we nailed. If not, this particular one is going to be 2022 is an amazing year for small real estate investors. So again, this is going to be a great year for real estate investors. Dion, you are the guest. I will let you go first. What do you got?
Well, it's actually, and I know we're doing good and then bad, but this is something I'm the most excited about as far as investing goes for years. I think 2022 is going to be one of the first times in years that it's easier to identify a motivated seller.
Oh, yes.
For the last several years, properties would go under contract in hours. So you don't know if that person needed to sell or that was their wish number and they got it. Well, now properties are going to have more days on market. So you start watching and you increase instead of making first day offers, I'm looking at 10 days on market. Then I start looking at where does the math make sense to me? At that point, it's not that they're all motivated sellers.
No. Right?
It's that we can identify them because the ones who aren't will leave it up there and probably not respond, or they'll take it off the MLS, or they will accept your offer or counter with something closer to yours than what we expect. That tells you that's a motivated seller. And I think this is the first time in a long time, probably my investing, that that's going to be easy to do.
Yeah, I think for your time frame, this is going to be your first time for motivated sellers. This is my second go around with motivated sellers. And your strategy is dead on, right? That was exactly what I wrote or I didn't write. Olivia and I were interviewed by Business Insider again. And I'm like, hey, over here, folks, we're doing something different. The market has changed. We are no longer looking at first day cash. We're 15 days and soon to be 30 days. Because again, you and I, we don't need to do every deal. We need to do one deal. And if that means we write 10, 15, 20 offers on deals that already had price drops, I won't even write one at asking. It's going to be amazing. So the first thing I will bring up here is, as an investor, and again, somebody's doing this 22 years. I really felt for people that were doing how to get started one rental at a time, my course the last 2 years, because it was so fast, right? You put something on the list, right? You're building your Excel spreadsheet. And by the time you finish your row, it's under contract. I mean, that's hard to do, right? What we're seeing now is people's spreadsheets, the people that are doing the work. It's, I don't know what, it's like a Jackson Pollock painting, right? It's changing all the time, which is awesome. You get to see real estate change, price drops, cancellations, off the market, on the market. It's amazing. So real estate has always had a pulse. The last 2 years, the heartbeat was just like a rabbit, right? Really crazy fast. What we're going to now is much slower, more measured. So again, why this is going to be an amazing year is the market is just slower, which again means you can find motivated sellers. But again, it is just slower. I can take a beat. I don't need to decide in 7 seconds. Can I? Yes. Do I want to? No. So I'm just so happy that the market is slowing down and it giving us a chance to write deals that make sense, right? I don't like chasing. I don't bet on appreciation. I don't get in bidding wars, which makes the last 2 years tough. So I'm just so happy it's slowing down.
One of the reasons why I think this is an opportunity for new investors is, and you've talked about this in some of your videos, rates went up, prices are still high. So a lot of crash videos are coming out saying, if you wait, there's going to be this massive crash. So a lot of people have pulled back. Some people have been priced out. Some people are saying, I'm uncertain, so I'm going to wait. So we've had competition go away. And you talk about every time you see a negative article, you lose 2% of your competition. Yes. So every time I see a YouTube video that is, crash is coming, don't take action. We're at about negative 800% on competition if it's 2% for every one of those that I've seen.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to see less competition in this next year, and I've talked about this in one of the other videos, almost all of my deals except for one were closed on during the winter when there are less buyers, because our biggest competition is usually home buyers. And in the winter, they're not buying because kids can't change school districts as easily in the winter. So for the next year, I think we are in the winter and it's going to be easier because we have less competition.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. The next one for me, again, it's where I'm spending thousands of dollars. And again, I give everything away. I brought my team on last Friday. We talked about using PropStream and mailing postcards. What people don't realize again, if they've only been in the market 10 years, your experience is all about price. Well, the best deals I have ever done, every single one of my deal of the decade, which is what I call my best deals, not deal of the year, deal of the decade, were seller financed. Whether the seller came in and did the first or the seller helped me out with the second. Every single one of my best deals or deal of the decades has some attribute of seller financing because it allows me to control rate, down payment, term. They're amazing. I have some that are 30-year notes. I have some that are 10. I have some that are 0. I have some that are 1 and 3. It's just all negotiable. So why is this important? Again, I don't need to do every deal. I need to do 1, 2, or 3 deals in the next 2 years. I'm spending thousands of dollars marketing to owners who have 60% plus equity in duplexes through quads. That is what I want to buy, 2s through 4s. I'm going to try to buy, again, I don't have to buy them all. I just got to buy a couple. And I'm going to go fish for terms. I'm going to try the 50-40-10, which we're going to go deep dive on Saturday with Stephen Dowd from Velocity. So again, I'm a man of sharing and a man of execution. So folks, if you don't know that real estate has this great thing called seller financing or terms, you're missing out because it's not about price. It's a little bit about price. It is about terms. And I tell you what, if I can get one of these deals at half of going rates, my cash flow is going to far exceed anyone else and my yield's going to explode, which is awesome.
I'm actually kind of excited about this, the fear of missing out shifting from buyer to seller, because in 2016, 15, 14, sellers would pay closing costs. Mm-hmm. As we started shifting into a seller's market, not so much anymore. Not only over asking, waive contingencies, but now buyers were paying closing costs. So there are some things like sellers will pay closing costs. Sellers will negotiate terms. You could do the, mix the seller financing into it. Mm-hmm. So it's actually 2022 is great because if you're a new investor, this is going to be a year where you have to develop specific strategies that work where days on market matters more than how attractive your offer looks, because you need to find out what matters to the seller. I'm actually looking at up to 8 units because from 5 to 8 units has been mostly commercial loans for the last few decades. And a lot of those have adjustable rates, loan reevaluation periods. And we have people who purchased in 2015, 16, 17 that are now hitting the end of those. And in 2020, some of them probably refinanced because rates looked amazing, but some didn't. And they were counting on rates staying low. And now they're hitting that point where they're going to have to probably sell because they can't refinance, or they're going to have to write a check to satisfy the lender's requirements. And now there are companies like Convoy Home Loans that has fixed rate debt up to 8 units. So I'm going to look at people who have to get out of an asset. So I'm going to solve their problem by acquiring an asset with fixed rate debt where I won't have that issue in 3 to 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah. So the last thing to talk about here is why 2022 is going to be amazing is really execution, hard work, discipline finally will pay off. my superpower is that focus and daily discipline. I didn't appreciate it until, the last couple of years. But what I've seen the last couple of years is I've seen a lot of my students and followers kind of do that, kind of model that behavior and not be rewarded as much as I would have hoped because the market was stupid. Speed won, cash won, stupidity won, right? Rain money down on fools, and they got lucky. This 2022 is going to be a market of focus. Only great deals, good left the building. Network, folks. A lot of you still aren't networking enough. Network. Why do I do videos telling Fresno real estate agents I'll double in commission? Because I hopefully 10, 15, 20, I'm going to keep doing that. Why do I share the video of my actual mailer? Because I want people to know what I'm doing. You just never know where leads come from. So I am probably the most excited I've been for my students. We give these cards away, right? I can't wait until more and more students go, it's happening. I wrote a great deal today. Even if they don't get it accepted, the act of knowing your numbers and writing a great offer to me is a win, because a lot of people that take my cheap course at 320 have interest, but they haven't written an offer because they're just confused. So focus, daily discipline builds competence builds confidence, and then you move forward. So I'm looking forward to effort being rewarded. Dion, where can people find you?
Right here on YouTube, Dion Talk Financial Freedom.